So today we are going to make we're going to make something a little bit special. So remember the saying that when life hands you lemons, what do? You make lemonade. But for me today, I'm going to make lemon bars. My sister-in-law Kathy, one of her favorite desserts. Very easy to make. She also loves lemon drop cookies, which I'm going to be making that probably in another week or so. But right now, today, we're going to make lemon bars. So I'm going to show you what you're going to need to actually. There are two parts to this. So right now, I'm just going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need to make the crust, the bottom portion of this. So basically, what you're going to need is you're going to need 2 sticks of butter, basically which comes out to a half a pound of butter. You're going to need 2 cups of flour. You're going to need vanilla extract. I'll tell you how much to put in, and you're going to need a half a cup of granulated sugar. You're going to need a 9 by 13 baking pan, and you're going to need parchment paper. So, and today you can make this either in a stand mixer, which I don't want to take out. There's a lot of cleanup. So I just recently purchased this Cuisinart electric mixer, and it comes with dough attachment, a whisk, and it comes with a mixing tool. It comes with its own carrying case. I got this on Amazon. It's by Cuisinart. I think this was like I want to say under $70. So we're going to try this today, and I'm looking forward to using that. So let's get started by putting all this together. So see you in a bit. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is I found a little trick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the parchment paper, and I would put it underneath the tray and make sure it comes up equally. Just pinch the corner. And you can remove the tray. Basically what you want to do is you want to fold it where you pinch the corner. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to just slice the corner. This is going to make for easy cleanup and for easy removal of the pan. You don't have to do this. I just like to take it all out of the pan. You can actually put the parchment paper in, or you don't have to use the parchment paper at all, but when you go to cut your bars, of course, if you don't want to cut up your pans that you actually spend a lot of money on, the best thing to do is to line it with the parchment like I did. This will fit directly in here. Okay, and what it does, that little slit basically folded exactly where the pan is. Okay, so your cake mixture is going to be so you're creating a wall, and once I put the bottom of the lemon bar in there, which is the crust, it's going to hold everything down. But this is the easiest way to clean up, and this is the easiest way to actually take it out of the pan. So we're going to come back and we're going to put together the crust. I'm going to show you how to do that in a sec. So basically you're going to get 2 sticks of butter, which comes out to basically a half a pound of butter, room temperature. So you want to put that into your mixing bowl. Okay, and we're going to add a half a cup of granulated sugar. Okay, and we're going to give this a mix. And you're going to incorporate the sugar and the butter until it's all incorporated together. I love this new Cuisinart mixer. It has, if you can see, it has the speed dial here. You can go higher or lower. So it's like really, really nice. So you're going to keep mixing this. Just every once in a while, you just want to scrape down the mixture. Going to put this on the number 3 setting. Okay, so that looks like it's mixed up very well, so we're just going to bring this back all together. We're going to... Okay, yeah, that's mixed up really, really well. Now we're going to add the vanilla extract, and we're going to add one. We're going to add 1 1/4 teaspoon of 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So let's get my teaspoon, which is right here. That's 1, and we're going to do 1/4. Okay, so that takes care of the vanilla extract. Got a little bit of a mess, don't worry about it, just clean it up. Okay, so we got the vanilla extract in there. We're going to basically do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and we're going to add now the 2 cups of flour. Now, I like to just mix it a little by hand because the blender is going to actually push the flour all around. So before I blend it, I'm just going to mix it a little bit by hand just so I can incorporate the flour so it doesn't go crazy. Okay. And now we're going to use our blender. Now you want to mix this until it becomes crumbly. I mean, if you accidentally overmix it where it becomes like dough, that's still fine, but you want it to basically be crumbly. The way you see it now is the way you want it. I just want to make sure that all the flour is incorporated. And just bring it from the bottom. My hands are clean, I wash them constantly, so don't worry. I would just blend it just a tiny bit more. Okay, and that's it. That's all you need. So basically your crust should look like this. Your crust should look like this. It should be very, very crumbly. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to bring your pan over. And you don't have to butter this, you don't have to grease it, you can just put it right on top of the parchment paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically add the whole mixture in. And spread it out a little, and you want to use your hands to basically get in the corners. This is the base of your lemon bar. God, if you can smell this, it smells absolutely delicious. So I know this lemon bar is going to be delicious. So you want to spread it out evenly. So what you're doing is you're forming a nice crust. Get into the corners. Use your finger. The best thing to use is your hand, because you could basically flatten it out. Also, I forgot to tell you, as you're preparing your crust, make sure you turn your oven onto 350. You want to preheat your oven, so I forgot to tell you that. So preheat your oven to 350 while you're making your crust. So again, pat it down tight. Oh my God, this is going to be so good. I'm going to make, we're going camping again in Long Island with my sister-in-law Kathy and my brother-in-law, her husband Tony Grosso. These are my sister-in-law's. One of her favorite treats happens to be lemon bars and lemon cookies. So today we're making the lemon bars, sort of like a test run. Okay, so let me wash my hands. Okay, so that is what your crust should look like. Your crust should look like. Again, we're going to bake this for at a 350-degree oven for about 18 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. So let's put this in the oven. I should have preheated my oven a while ago, but I'm going to put it in the oven in a couple of minutes, and then when we come back, we're going to put it, while this is in the oven, we're going to start making the filling, because we want to pour the filling on top of a nice warm, not hot, but on a nice warm crust. And we'll get to that in a sec. Okay. Okay. So that looks good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our cup of lemon juice. So we can get rid of that. And we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. Okay, we're going to blend this. Oh my God, that smells so good. Put it on number 3. Okay, so that's all incorporated. And now we're going to add our 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And we're going to mix this. This is so much better than taking out the stand mixer. I do love my stand mixer, but if I'm making something this quick and this easy, I'd rather use the hand mixer. It's so much better, and not only that, you can see what you're doing, and it's easy cleanup. So you want to keep blending this until you see there are no more flour pockets anywhere. Okay, and I think a couple of seconds would be fine. This we don't need. We'll just blend this for a little bit more. Okay, this is all done. So we're gonna wait for the crust to come out of the oven. Like I said, 18 to 20 minutes, so it should be almost done. We're gonna let the crust actually sit for about 5 minutes before we actually pour this over it. We want it warm, we don't want it piping hot. So we'll come back in a little while and I'll show you what to do next. The crust, I took it out of the oven. I let it sit for a couple of minutes at room temperature. You want to cool it slightly when it comes out of the oven. So here's the mixture. So I'm just going to stir it up a little. Okay, so this is ready. So we're going to take the whole mixture and we're going to pour it right over the top. Okay, get rid of the bowl. And this will basically flatten out itself. So if you look, okay, so you have your parchment paper here. So we're going to put this back in a 350 degree oven, and we're gonna bake this for at least another 30 to 35 minutes. So let's put this back in the oven. All right, so I left the oven on at 350. Gonna cook it on the medium tray. Let's get this back in the oven. Okay, and we're gonna let that cook. We're gonna let that cook for about a half hour, and then I'm gonna show you basically how I'm gonna depan it, and then we're gonna top it off with some powdered sugar, but we're gonna cut it into bars first, and then we'll top it off with some powdered sugar, and we're gonna show you how that looks in about a half hour. So it's been 30 minutes, and I took the lemon bars out of the oven, so letting it cool. So this is exactly what you want it to look like. Don't worry about these little brown spots. This is perfect. When you see those, that means you know it's been cooked through and through. So now what we're gonna do is and another way to check is you're just shaking. If you don't see any jiggling of the center, then you know that this is actually set. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna give you a little close up. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So we're gonna let this take it out of the oven. You have to let it sit at room temperature for at least 1 hour. And then after the hour, you're going to put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. And then when we come back, we're going to depan it, and we're going to cut it into bars, and we're going to put powdered sugar on this. So in about 3 hours, this will be ready, and I'll show you what that looks like. So the lemon bars have been cooling in the refrigerator for 2 hours. So these are the lemon bars. These are done. And we're gonna actually depan it, and I'm gonna show you the reason why I put the parchment paper in, because if you didn't have the parchment paper, you would have to cut it while it's in the pan, and if you don't want to mark up the bottom of your good pans, I would suggest doing something like this because it's so much easier to cut. So you just want to loosen the edge a little to make sure that it's not sticking, and it's not. So watch the magic. Comes right out of the pan. Very little cleanup. So here it is. Okay, just gonna loosen the sides a little. So that is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna cut into this, and you want to use a sharp knife, and what you want to do is you want to keep a paper towel kind of moist. Just like a cheesecake, you want to leave it moist so you don't get anything stuck on the knife. So make sure you cut. You can make your bars as big as you want. I'm gonna make my bars, and you want to go kind of deep because you want to be able to get to that bottom cookie. And just wipe off your knife a little. Okay, so that's that way. So those are all cut. So we don't need this anymore. So now the next step is we're going to top this with some powdered sugar. Be very generous with the sugar. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to taste one. Okay, so we got the powdered sugar on these, and now we're going to plate them. But I'm actually going to taste one first, and I'm actually going to take this guy right here. And I want you to just take a look at that. Look, there is the crust on the bottom. And look at all, I don't know if you can see that, but look at all of the lemon custard. It is absolutely, I'm going to take a bite now. That is so good. Oh my God. Kathy is going to love these. This is delicious. Very easy to make. So I want everyone to try this at home. Oh my God, that's so good. So I even surprised myself. So I can't wait to make the lemon drop cookies for Kathy next week. Actually this week, so I'm going to Florida Saturday. To Disney, yeah. So I'm going to be hanging out with my niece and her fiance, and my other niece and her fiance, and I'm going to have a really good time with Mickey. And hopefully we'll go to Universal also. So try these at home. These are so delicious. If you follow my recipe step by step, you can make them just as well as I did. So subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, which I'm going to put right about here, and like this video. Thanks everybody for watching, and like I said, when life gives you lemons, make lemon bars. Peace out.